Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Superstar SEO Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune has absolutely nothing to do with this, but I've always wanted to say that. And as a little trivia, our hero here, meaning me, is from the same hometown as Vanna White from Wheel of Fortune, North Myrtle Beach. I bet you didn't know that. When we last left off in our case study here, we were trying to buy a domain and we ran into all sorts of problems. We bought one and the seller never delivered. We bought another one and the seller never delivered. However, he told me he was having tech problems and I gave him another chance and ordered again. Bought from him, and the domain he delivered, while it had good metrics, turned out to be spam, have a spam penalty and be de-indexed. So what I decided to do was override the democracy I did in the group and instead use one of the recent PBN domains I had bought for myself as the basis for a case study here. Well, first, before we get into the domain itself, let's show you the seller we have. We're here at Conquer.io, which is formerly Source Market. They changed the branding on it so they can include things other than SEO, marketing, graphics and design, programming and tech, audio, videos. I think it's a nice change. It was bumpy at first. It really screwed up a lot of people for a while, but the site looks really good, and my sales have been as good as ever, so yay, I like money. So anyway, we're going to come over here to SEO and expired domains. And the one that we're going to be looking at, we're going to be using him later for PBNs as well, is this one here with the pinup model on it. Click on that. Some basic sales copy. The seller's name is Sekit Wahi. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. If not, well, I guess I'm sorry. Anyway, just scroll down. Basic screenshots of some of the things that he's delivered in the past. Testimonial from this really good looking guy here. That's me, and this is a genuine testimonial. We are friends, but I wouldn't put my reputation out there if I didn't believe what I said. And then some extras are basically just multiples. There's no discount for multiples, but that's because the price is so good. I'm not going to buy it because I already have, but basically when you buy it, he'll ask you what extensions you want, and you can say .net, .com, .org, whatever. That's really all there is to it. He'll deliver within a few days. I forget what it takes, 4 or 5 days, and then you'll have your domain. So I'll put a link to this in the video and in the blog post, and I think I might be uploading a file into the group soon with all the services I recommend. So this is where we bought our domain. Now, we have run into a bit of a snafu with our domain. The domain we bought was foxandhoundsgoldsboro.co.uk, which at the time we bought it had some decent metrics, and it still does, but what happened was it dropped. It was about a 13 when I got it 3 days ago, and then this happened. So this is something to remember when you buy a domain and not take it out on the seller because they can't control it. And it's also something to look at. This link right here dropped, and that was the seed of trust. That was where the bulk of the trust flow from the domain was coming from, and they deleted it on the 28th of November. It is the 1st of December at 1:45 in the morning Eastern time as I do this. So as you can see, in the last 3 days, a link got deleted to it. So if that ever happens to you, don't blame the seller. That said, there's still some decent links pointing to it, and it's got a pretty good Moz metrics as well. So even though it's not what we wanted at first, it'll still give us a little bit of pop. And again, the idea here is not instant page 1 ranking or anything. It's just to give us a little extra juice, little links to it, and so on. So those are the metrics. That's our domain. That's where we got it from. I've went ahead and set up the site because I thought it would be pretty tedious to set that up in real time in a video. This is what it looks like right now. Quick rant. I don't care what it looks like right now because it's not ranking yet and no one's going to see it other than the people watching these videos. So don't complain. Don't give me advice on it. I don't care. Okay, once it starts to rank around page 2, we'll pretty it up. I've got somebody who's going to help me with the design a little bit, and then we'll make it look like a real site. But for now, it's just there as a placeholder. I picked a generic, clean theme, but I'll show you all this in the background. So we're going to come over here to settings, just a couple of quick things. I like to set the site title. In fact, this is really important for SEO right now, to our exact keyword. And then our tagline is just whatever. Admin address. Quick note, the user I created was Michael Johnson. Hopefully that makes sense to some of you. A little bit of sense of humor there. For plugins, we installed Advanced Excerpt. I ended up not needing that because I decided for a static homepage, which I'll get to in a minute. Contact form 7, which is just what it says. It creates a contact form. Disable comments. I install this on almost every one of my sites because I find that the WordPress comment system just gets spammed all to hell, and it's just not worth the fight. If you want to have comments, which for the site we won't, but you just install Discus instead. And Google XML sitemap for videos. What this does is it allows you to create a sitemap of your videos and then ping Google, and it just helps with indexing. Lightning WP. This is a plugin that I got recommended from another course that I'm in. You can't really get it anymore, I don't think, but all it does is install a bunch of these plugins for you all at once, so it's not really necessary. It just saves you a few minutes, and it creates some pages too, and I'll show you those in a little bit. Shareaholic is just, it puts the share buttons on the side of the site and at the bottom of the posts and things like that. Social media widget by Accurax, that's so you can put links to your social profiles in the sidebar and so on. Video Kraken, I'll come back to that in a minute, and then Yoast SEO. Hopefully everybody knows what that's for. Video Kraken, what that does, it allows you to create posts and it'll go fetch a video and make a video post. The value to that is that you're keeping your site active, you're building up a little bit of authority because you're adding content, and basically you just go to add new. This plugin, by the way, is available from Network Empire, so look it up if you're interested. Totally not necessary, it's just something I like to do. And then you can just put in what you want it to be. Marathon training. I like to do 24 hours and then humanize it. And what that means is that you do it every 24 hours, but it's not at the exact same time every day. You pick a category, marathon training, and I'll show you the post in a little bit. But basically all it does is create a post with a video on it. Then just keeps posting once a day. So our site's set up. Little trick, if you happen to be one of the people that have SynWire, is you can take the RSS feed from any WordPress site, or any site really, feed it into SynWire, and then every time there's a post, it'll syndicate out to whatever profiles you select. So you can be adding a new piece of content to your site every day, and then syndicating that out to all your social profiles, and really build up the backlinks and authority to your site. So I think that covers it for plugins and settings. There's nothing else really here to look at. For appearance, the theme that we're using, I just picked this one at random because it was very clean and very basic, is active. The active theme is sparkling. Nothing special about it, just like I said, just a generic theme. Nothing too complex. Widgets, I like to keep this pretty simple too. And for the sidebar, I put in a search because I think that just makes it look a little more realistic. Pages, just so, because we're going to have a few pages and that'll populate it. And then this is the Accurax media plugin, and what that does, I'll show you how that's set up. Basically, you can just pick a bunch of these different themes. I think you can actually get even more if you buy the premium plugin, but who cares? And then down here, you can put in your social profiles. I just put in dummy ones for Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And then and that's all for the widgets. We can come over here to the menu. I just created a menu out of all the pages. I think having a menu makes the site look more realistic. You know, home, blog, about, contact, earnings disclaimer, which is, I think legally here in the US you have to have that for an affiliate site. Privacy policy and terms of use. That Lightning WP plugin I told you about, that installs or creates these automatically, but you can Google them and just find generic ones as well. Plugin's not necessary, it's just a time saver. So what I decided for my money sites is to have a static homepage and then a blog post page. So I went ahead and created a static homepage. Put our exact keyword in the name of the page, although that doesn't show up. I think it does on this theme. Some themes it does, some themes it doesn't. And then an H1 tag with our exact keyword. And we got our keyword here in the beginning, and this is just a dummy paragraph I made up just so there was a little bit of content on it. And a picture I got from Stock Unlimited. You can get it from Pixabay or somewhere where free. I got a deal a while back on AppSumo where I got a lifetime subscription for like $45, and it's paid off. It's just a picture of a girl running because it's a marathon, and then we got a link out to Wikipedia and a crappy video I made really, really quick for the site. And we set a featured image because this theme just looked better with a featured image. And down here in our Yoast SEO settings, let's edit the snippet. We set our exact keyword to what we're doing, and we put our keyword as the beginning of the SEO title, a pipe, and then a little bit of a description. For our description, we start that with the exact keyword. These two things are really important for ranking right now as well. This is pretty optimal for our on page, and then just some more text that I pulled from the nonsense I wrote up here. And as you can see, we got mostly green lights, so yay, Yoast approves of our SEO. And that's pretty much for the home page. The other pages I created were, like I said, were all generic and created by the plugin, and except for blog, and that's where the video post will go to, and I'll show you that in just a second. Nothing to look at up here. Contact, basic contact form. And let's go look at the site again real quick. Our blog. This is what Video Kraken does. It just creates a video post every day. So again, something not necessary, but it helps keep the site look a little active. Our about page is just something generic. Contact, just a contact form. Earnings disclaimer, privacy policy, terms of use. I'm sure you're not interested in those. This is from the Accurex plugin. And then we got our pages all listed over here as well, just so it fills up the sidebar a little bit. And then one cool thing that I noticed, if you look over here from Shareaholic, we already have some social signals from the site left over. So hopefully that'll help us with our ranking a little bit. So I think that's just about it for the site as it stands right now. Our next step is to order some content and really start focusing on getting this thing ranked. We'll order some content, we'll order some social signals, and we'll order some links. And for now, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, please ask them in the Facebook group. Check out whatever I linked to below. I'll list all the services that we've used so far. I think I'm going to create a document for the group and use that there, post that there as well. You can check out our site and subscribe to anything that I happen to link to. Thanks for watching. Sorry it's been so long. I did my best. I've been busy, and then people didn't deliver domains, and it's been one thing after the other, but we're plugging right away. And most importantly, take time to look at the charity that our profit that we make from this is going to be donated to. It's a great cause, and it really helps out a lot of people. So again, this is Chris from Superstar SEO. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Have a good one.